This is not clickbait. This is an investor's dream. 1000x possible on this crypto project. You don't want to miss this. And if you miss Nakamoto Games and if you miss Caspa, you do not want to miss Joystream. Let's talk about it. Road Dog Crypto. Welcome back to Road Dog Crypto. My name is Lane, your crypto road dog, helping you to navigate these strange waters known as crypto. And I'm telling you, we're at the perfect time in the market to find those golden crypto gems, those newer projects that are coming out that have the potential still yet to 100x, and nay I say, yay I say, even 1000x. And today we are talking about one of such projects called Joystream, a streaming platform empowering builders, users, and creators. Built and operated on the Joystream blockchain and a DAO, a decentralized YouTube, so to speak. Similar to Library, BitTorrent, but taking it up a few notches, making this just a juicy opportunity for the savvy investor at the right time. Now, currently Joystream is trading at 0.04393 cents, just a little under a nickel. What I want to draw your attention to after we just kind of glance at this chart, because it has just been steadily going up. Now, are we buying at a high? Well, we're going to talk about the perfect time and what to look for to get in. There are two different possibilities of how this could play out. So what I want to bring your attention to on this particular screen is the total supply is 1.02 billion. Now, I did go to the site and the white paper and the information, and that is also the maximum supply, even though it's not mentioned here in CoinMarketCap. But look at this. The market cap currently is $30 million. Let's think about some comparable projects, shall we? We can compare this project as an early version of Theta Network. Look, Theta Network has 1 billion tokens also, market cap of 620 million in a bear market. Did you hear me? In a bear market. So can you see the possibility for a brand new coin that is coming out with brand new technology, a new roadmap, kind of just topping Theta Network or even competing with Theta Network? Do you not think that we can see a $620 million market cap in this upcoming bull run?
The answer is hell yes, you can.
This is the coin to put on your radar. Now, I'm not saying to just jump in, but I am saying you want to keep your eye on this and you don't want to miss out on it, especially if you miss the huge gains that we saw out of Nakamoto Games, TRB, and one of our favorites, Caspa. Now, quickly, I just want to point out the all-time high for this coin was just yesterday when it reached 5 cents. All-time low was 3 months ago. This thing was a fraction of a penny. It is already risen up from the depths 2,000%. This one is a hot one. And right here we are on the chart. And if you can see this yellow line is our parabolic move. Now, I want you to know that these things come in stages. There's usually about 5 steps. And we got our step 1, our step 2, our step 3. We're working on our step 4. And I think this one can actually reach a step 5. Right up here at 0.071 cents. Now, I also do have a measured move from a previous pattern that we'll get into shortly at 5.5 cents. Now, currently, we've just reached our previous measured move where we went over this in my nightly live streams. And if you're not privy to that, you should check it out either live or watch it later. We give out alpha, have a great growing community of knowledgeable people sharing their information. It's wonderful.
Shameless plug.
So look what we got. We're on the daily here on this chart. And look how fascinating this is. This is what I want to point out right here. Do you see this? This is a rising wedge. And what happens? This is the same thing that we experienced with Nakamoto Games, TRB, and also Caspa. It breaks to the upside. It goes parabolic. Now, we got lucky on this one. This one had a pullback. This one did some very interesting things, and I want to bring your attention to this. This was when market makers took the price up to 4.5 cents, and then in just a couple of days, drove it all the way back down to just 2 cents. What do you think they were doing?
Why, honey, they were doubling their portfolio.
That is them clearing out the longs and the shorts, clearing out the paper hands, and making way to send price upward. This was a planned event. This is what happened. It is this kind of price action that you see when big money wants to accumulate more of this at a cheaper price. Now here's what's so juicy. We've been watching this for a breakout. It's currently also in another rising wedge, which had parabolic opportunity, and that's what I thought I was covering on this, but during my preparation for this video, we actually broke down to the downside, which is what we want to see on this. Now this will give us an opportunity to fill our bags at cheaper prices. Now the first area that I have that you may want to nibble at this is going to be right here at this area at 0.038 cents. And that's also lining up very well with our 50 moving average here on the 4 hours. So that is my little buy zone. Let me shrink this down just a little bit, but right through there, anywhere through there and this yellow line right here. And that also includes a 100 moving average, which there may be some juicy prices at 3.5 cents. So looking at price action here, it is definitely on the table that we're coming back down to this area, just a little under 4 cents, and possibly, and as low as our second buy area, coming here, the 100 moving average on the 4 hour, just a little below 0.034 cents. But now the juicy thing would come, if we do break this parabola, be expected for just down and sideways action as this thing starts to accumulate again, and it may take a while to see a substantial move from there. If we break the parabola, best thing is just to wait a while, maybe exit your position. You should have some stop losses, and this will give you an opportunity, especially down at this area, to put some very tight stop losses, because if we break this area, we kind of want to get out for a little while, take a little break. But there is also the chance that this is be coming down here at these areas and then moving back to the upside. We'll cover that in just a second with Elliott wave count. But right now we're talking about the possibility as investors, not so much traders right now, of maybe over time, if that scenario, if this parabola does break, we could be looking at 2.5 cents, maybe down to 2 cents, maybe just another spike down here. It may only stay down here briefly, but we might have a chance to catch it at these golden areas over the next, say, 4, 6, maybe up to 8 months. We do have the Bitcoin halving coming soon in March of 2024, and that will fluctuate our altcoins leading up to and even after that halving. So there's plenty of opportunities still yet for the investor to get some juicy prices out of this. But if the parabola is taking off, and if this project is taking off and goes parabolic again, we may not see these juicy areas again. May not even see the juicy areas that we're in right now at around 4 cents. So that's what we want to take a look at. Now, if we flip on our Elliott wave count, we can see that Elliott wave is trying to give a 5 wave here, but often that's not how it works out. Often this is just part of another higher wave. Now I've got it picked up here at 7.15 cents as a possible area that we could actually move up to. Instead of this being a 5, our 5 would be up here. That's what I'm looking out for. And for order for it to do that, we would need to get a bounce off of this 50 moving average. So if the 50 moving average does not hold, or a point below, or a point before it, such as around 45 cents, 47 cents, but I think it has possibility to drop down to almost 4 cents and still stay within the boundaries of this parabola to come up for a higher wave 5, and then we can start doing an ABC correction. Because as I said, once a parabola forms, 5 steps. We got 1, 2, this is our 3rd, we could get a 4th, maybe a 5th there. So basically we still have the very real possibility of more upside. And if that happens, well, I want to be in on this at a decent little bag, at least right here. So this is where I've got my limit order set, where I'm trying to get a decent bite out of this coin right now. And if we break down lower, hey man, that just gives me a chance to wait for these juicy prices, maybe even catch a price to take some profit on the way, as this price can do a lot of things if we break through here. Range, we can go down lower. There's lots of possibilities that we will cover should that happen. But at the moment, my biggest thing, the biggest takeaway that I want you to get from this video is the very real possibility of a bounce coming here. And it may look something like this. It may take it a while, but it can continue this parabolic curve. And should you put a buy order in this zone, it gives you a juicy area for a stop loss. And so here we have a trade setup, and depending on where you put your stop loss, where you're comfortable, what your risk aspect is, we can look for anywhere from a 6.7 to 1 ratio up to even 1 to 21, just depending on where you place your stop losses. And placing them below the parabola or below the 100 moving average, great choices, especially if you're doing spot on Joystream. Now, if you're doing leverage, well, you got to tighten up your game a little bit on that one. This video is mostly for investors, although traders will get something out of it too. But Joystream gives you the possibility of buying at that juicy 4-cent area, coming up to 5.5 cents. That's a 38% return on spot, up to 80% return on spot to my target at 7 cents.
And you say, ka-ching! Yeah!
But now, don't just take my word on the price action. Let's look at our indicators. The biggest indicator I want to point out to you is this green Ichimoku cloud back here. See how far away it is from price? See how thin it is? That is a sign that this parabola will continue, and this is on the daily chart. Now, there is bearish divergence, but you see that forming on a parabola. It takes it a while to actually play out, and that's what we're watching out for. Eventually, it will. And most likely it will be when we reach the top of our fifth wave, and at 7 cents, I expect this thing to just totally collapse, come back out to the 618 Fibonacci of that area. And we can kind of guesstimate about where that would be. We just kind of project our Fibonacci up to that area, and that would bring us back down to this juicy area of just under 3 cents after it goes up there. So if it does run up and you do miss it, there may be a chance, after you watch everybody have all their fun and make all their profit, for later, months down the road, maybe Christmas, who knows, the next lull in altcoins, when it may come back down to this juicy area of 2.8 cents. And that would be a possibility for your second entry there. But do be aware that the smaller time frames, the 4-hour, are suggesting that we do come down, and it is likely that we will get a bounce at 3.8 cents. Keep an eye out for that. If we lose that, look for 3.4. If we lose that, well, the direction changes. You might want to think about getting your stop loss or ending your position if we close a candle below this line, and then wait for some lower prices. But the chances are, the probabilities are, with this parabolic move and what we see on the higher time frames, that this will catch, and we're going to get a run out of Joystream. I hope you don't miss it. If you enjoyed this content, hit that like, that subscribe, that comment. Come join us on our live streams. And if you do not have a wallet to hold these coins, well, might I suggest Tangem.com. Use the code DAWG, get additional 10% off on your Tangem wallet, either version 1 or version 2.0, which will allow you, if you want, I don't recommend it, but to have a seed phrase. The smart thing to do really is to get away from seed phrases, but if you don't believe it, still a great wallet to have. Come trade with me over at MEXC using the links in the description below. Let's go get us some Joystream, and check back in about 18 months and see how much your life has changed from getting in on a project at a good time in this market. Until next time, my name is Lane, your crypto road dog, helping you to navigate these crazy crypto waters. Be blessed. Keep God first in your life. Keep your headspace clean. Believe in yourself, because baby, you're in crypto at the right time, and you got this.
Hey, Kimmy, baby, I had a book over here in this drawer. You see that?
You mean a little black book? Oh, honey, I cleaned out those drawers in that whole room and made a big donation to Goodwill. But don't worry, we can get you another one.
Oh, hell no. You're never going to believe what happened to me today at the Goodwill. I found a book of seed phrases, honey. I can get those hair transplants now. Oh.
Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. Go best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. That's my best friend.